For 12 years, I watched my younger sister, Wunmi, drown silently in the ache of childlessness. There were nights when the sound of her voice, cracked by sobs, heavy with despair, would pull me out of sleep like a fire alarm. She would call and say, "Sister me, what did I do wrong? Why me?" And I'd get up, wake Richard, and rush to her house. She'd be on the kitchen floor, arms wrapped around her knees, eyes swollen, muttering fragments of prayer and pain. I would kneel beside her and hold her as she wept until the sun peeked through the window blinds. Wunmi and her husband, Toby, did everything they could, from medical consultations to faith clinics, midnight prayers, even IVF sessions that drained their savings. Toby stood by her, no doubt. But I saw the cracks forming in his eyes, the exhaustion of hope deferred. By the 12th year, they made the decision to adopt. And just like that, a little boy named Wale came into their lives. He was only 2 years old, quiet, curious, with big round eyes that watched everything. I used the connection at the orphanage to help speed up the process, and I remember the day they brought him home. Wunmi's joy was uncontainable. One evening, she called me squealing, "Sister me. He called me mommy today." I wept. She celebrated his 3rd birthday like it was Christmas. Fine clothes. Clowns. A photographer. She told everyone, "This boy gave me a reason to breathe again." Then, 3 years later, Wunmi conceived. I remember her voice the day she told me, soft, trembling, stunned. "Bunmi. I'm pregnant." We danced. We prayed. We believed God had finally rewarded her faith. 9 months later, she gave birth to a healthy baby boy. And while the family rejoiced, something shifted in Wunmi. She became distant with Wale. Her voice, once tender, grew sharp. She complained that he cried too much, that he was too soft. One day I overheard her say, "Stop calling me mommy anyhow. Must you follow me everywhere?" I told myself maybe it was postpartum stress. But the punishments began. Long scoldings over little accidents. One day, she slapped him for spilling water. I confronted her. "Wunmi, why are you doing this? That's your son." She flared up. "He's not my first son. And he's becoming too stubborn. You think I enjoy shouting?" I left quietly that day, but my spirit was restless. 2 weeks later, I visited on a rainy evening and found Wale outside, barefoot, shivering, hugging himself. He had broken a glass cup. That was his crime. That night, I made my decision. "Wunmi, I'm taking Wale home with me," I said, expecting her to object. She didn't. She simply nodded. "Maybe it's for the best." Toby said nothing. He just looked away. And so, Wale came to live with Richard and me. My home bloomed again, his laughter filled our walls, and even our children grew attached to him. My husband. He began calling him my little man. 6 months passed. Then tragedy struck. Wunmi's biological son, her miracle child, fell ill. Acute meningitis. They rushed him to the hospital. He died within a week. When I held her in my arms at the hospital gate, she was a shadow of herself. I cried with her. I prayed for her. But then, 2 months later, she called. "Bunmi, please. I want my son back." I was wrong. I was overwhelmed. I didn't mean to treat him that way. I was silent. She continued, "You know I've suffered. Please. Let me make it right." I told her no. Wale had found peace. He had begun to smile again. My home had become his refuge. Even my husband said, he deserves to be loved for who he is, not who he isn't. Wunmi changed her tone. "You have no right to keep him. He's my son. I'll go to court if I must." That day, I wept. I have forgiven my sister. But I have also vowed to protect this child, this boy who once called her a mommy, and now calls me a mama. So I ask you, what would you do?